Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap Session for Friday, October the 21st, 2016. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure market, then drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. We create multiple hypotheses in order to have a plan in place for whatever the market throws at us. This is a subscription room, so if you're interested in checking us out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog, this is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at the news. We had Canadian core CPI, retail sales, and month-over-month CPI and month-over-month retail sales. Basically, they came in on a bit of a miss, things weakening just slightly. 9 a.m. we've got Belgian NBB, and then 10 o'clock we've got European consumer confidence, and then we've got FOMC member Torillo speaking. So not a lot of scheduled news today. There is a nice attack this morning in Iraq on an oil field, and there's hostages taken. I don't know if that's going to cause anything in the news, but certainly something to keep an eye out. Going to the earnings report. Most of the earnings were okay. Again, a lot of earnings are okay, but they're not great. But a lot of them are coming in as fairly decent. So no real weakness showing in the earnings. There's no earnings after the market. I don't think there is. I don't think there's any earnings after the market. Nope. So next week we've got fairly busy earnings, with the big day being next Thursday. Taking a look at the prior day, our main hypothesis was an open auction in range, a move up and find sellers and rotate down and come down and test this 25 area. We did not get that. A buyer stepped in, and then they rotated it back up, and then we basically stayed in balance the rest of the day on Friday. Taking a look at the big picture, macro to micro. Sorry. I like to start my day each day with a basic candlestick chart with a 9 EMA, 20 SMA, starting on monthly and working my way down. You can see we've had multiple year of strong trend with good slope and separation. Then we violated it in the end of 15, beginning of 16, and so far we've taken it back. But we're losing some slope, but we are above the 9 and the 20. We do not violate or challenge the trend on the monthly until we get below that 2104.75 area. Going to the weekly, our weekly open right now is 2126.25. We're about 4 points off of that. So we are in a positive week, but we are below the 9 and the 20. We don't get above the 20 until we get above 2135.50, so keep an eye on that. We're going sideways in consolidation, coming into an MA squeeze here on the weekly, so we're at a decision point on the weekly, and you can see we're basically just compressing as we move into this balance even further. On the daily, I'm watching this trend line right now, and we're trying to break it. As usual, we're coming into the RTH session, testing either lows or highs of the Globex. We're trading 21.29 and a quarter right now. Our low is 28.75. They've got them stacked up at 28. I think you could go short right now for a break and a new low in the Globex. But the trend is certainly not strong, but it is to the downside right now on the daily. Going to the intraday, you can see that we are below the 9 and the 20, and we're starting a possible downward trend on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, you can see that the trend is decent and strong, good slope, good separation. Price is paralleling the 9 quite nicely, and we're breaking this key trend line on the daily on the 1-hour. On the 30-minute, same picture, very strong slope and separation. Here's our new low we're putting in right now, 28.50. Should have taken it myself. We do have a naked cross down here on the 30-minute, down here at 21.2275. Mark that as a target. If we get below that 27, I'll show you why. Going to the 15-minute, again, same picture. They keep trying to take it back. We're stair-stepping it down. We're in a nice solid downward channel on the 15-minute. So we're trending down and breaking key, testing a key level right now. The trend is strong to the downside, and on the 5-minute you can see same thing. We've been in this channel and getting a slope and separation right here. We do have a naked cross that's going to come in at 21.30 on the 5-minute. I don't know if there's one over here. It's still open anywhere. This one was already closed. So things are looking weak coming into the open. Let's take a look at the big picture. You can see that the longer time frame value area is above us now. We're below the value area. Inside of the smaller time frame microcomposite, our value area low is 26. We're trading right around the CHVN, which was at 27 and has shifted up now to the 29. The intermediate time frame, the value area low on that is the 23.25. We've got that naked cross at 22.75, so I'll be watching how they handle this. You can see there's not a lot below us here, and if we can't get back up into this balance and back into the value areas, we're likely to continue to go into price discovery. You can see that the microcomposite VPOC for both the intermediate microcomposite, which goes from 0909, which was the fallout day, the significant breakout candle, and this smaller 7-day microcomposite are both in agreement here at the 35 level. We get back above the 29, 30. I'm really watching the 33 level. I'm looking for a rotation back up into balance and push up into test the value area low, which is at 39. Our overnight high is 38.50. So we rejected the longer time frame value area from below again. Above 43.75, our key line in the sand, everything changes. We break some key resistance levels, and we get into the upper distribution, and which centers around that 53. And then 66 was our key line in the sand. It's been shifted to I'm sorry, it is 66, but we have a warning line at 59. But 66 is the next big resistance above us. Below us, there's really not much. I'd be looking for a move down into the 15, the 18 area. There's some repair work that needs to be done there. Anything below 2107, I think we go into a free fall and go test the 2000s with targets at 98, 90.25, with the next big target down at 20, 80, 50, and a fill of this gap zone. with a naked close at 86. So pulling up just want to pull this up because I want to show you how strong this balance has been. I put a 3-day. You can even do this with the Globex sessions, and it still comes out. You can see that yesterday's value area, okay, is right in line with the last 3 RTH sessions. The last 6 sessions, if you include the 3 Globex sessions that sandwich these. And the value area low is 32.25, and the value area high is 39.25, and the VPOC is yesterday's VPOC at 36.75. So very, very strong value. We're down below it. We're coming down and testing the range low from yesterday. We're trading 27.50, new low in the Globex right now. So we've got a naked close at 23.25, a naked VPOC at 20.50. Our daily ATR is running at 20.85 for the 20 period, off of the high overnight at 21.3850. Our daily downside ATR target is 21.1775, right there at that 21.18. Our weekly ATR is all the way down here at 20.96. So I'll be watching the critical mass and our key line in the sand. Weekly critical mass, our open of the week is 21.2625. So we're coming down to test the open of the week. We get below it, we are in a bearish week again. That'll be the 3rd bearish week in a row. And likely, if we get below the ATR, we could come down to test this critical mass. And if they get below the weekly critical mass, you could see some major capitulation of the buyers, and you could see a push down through to test our weekly ATR target to the downside. So keep an eye on these 3 key levels: 1775, the 07 with the 05 below it, and a move down if that happens, and getting a larger trend day down. Our weekly critical mass to the upside is up at 47.75 with our daily ATR, which is going to be adjusted right now. So we've got to look at 21.27.25, and it's probably going to get even lower, but 20.85 20 period brings our daily ATR down to 1 tick above critical mass. So again, we've got some key levels, but that's it's still a ways away up there at the 48, and we seem to keep rejecting this 44. So if you get above the key line in the sand at 44.50, then I think you're going to see a rip up into that 48 and most likely break it and move up into the 53 area and that balance of the longer term micro composite. So our overnight high is up at 38.50, which is just below the value area, both on the 3-day micro composite and the yesterday range. Our overnight low currently is 27.25, but it looks like it's going to get taken out again. So I'll put it in right now, but we're likely going to get a overnight lower low. We've been doing this a lot lately, where we're coming into the RTH either challenging the overnight high or the overnight low, and we've been doing a make and break on those and taking out that Globex stat almost immediately in the RTH session. Our overnight VPOC is sitting at 30.50, or 30.50 or 30.75, 30.75, which is right at the IB from yesterday. And there's really not much more information. We're continuing to see a weak low right here on the Globex session, and we're likely to continue to put new lows in. So I can't do anything about the low. Let's take a look at what my main hypothesis. We're seeing weakness coming in. We're in price discovery outside of value. So my main hypothesis is there's another new low. Is an open auction just in range or just out of range? We don't know if we're going to open up out of range, but I'm looking for responsive buying on the open and a move up. I'm going to be watching this this 30-50 area, 30 and a quarter, as a possible rejection point, but the real one I'm going to be watching is this 32, because if we get above the value area low at 32 and a quarter, then we're back inside that real strong balance that centers around 36, and I'd be looking for a rotation up into the 36 with my main target, my first main target up at the 34.75, but really it's all about the 36, 75 and the close at 37. And then I would expect that if we get back up in here today, that we're going to make a trip through value and go up and test that 39 area. And so I'd be looking for an 80% destination trade, whereas if we get back inside of this value area, we're likely to traverse the whole value area. And then the next resistance will come up at the range high, but we've got this this basically it's like a double top here. You go at 42.50 and we've got 41.50, and so if we break the 41.50, I'm expecting to push through into the 42, so I'd be targeting it, but I'd be staying for the breakout of both these levels and really a push up into test the 44.50. So those are the levels above. Let's look at the, come on. Let's look at the levels below us. What is going on with my charts here? Obviously 26.75 going to be a major area for us this morning. It's basically going to be a key line in the sand for us. I'm going to call it a key trade level over under. Because if we can't get above it, we could go into an open drive and push through. And then I'll be targeting the 23 and a quarter. There's really nothing below here. So I'll be looking at the value area of this micro composite right here at 23 and a quarter. It's a naked close, and if we break that, I'm targeting the 20, and I'm looking for a push down into the daily ATR down in the 17, 18. You can see that we've got a value area here from a smaller time frame down at 16, and then we had that former naked microcomposite VPOC down at the 15.75. There we're putting in new lows again. Should have been trading this is what I should have been doing. So main hypothesis is going to be either an open auction just out of range or open auction in range, just in range. Responsive buyers coming in, either failing at the range low now or pushing up and failing between the 32 and the 30. Chop here, push through, chop here, and then push down through into the 2050 with the main target being down here at the 1775. Maybe even a late day probe down into the 2107. So hypo 1 is responsive buying, a push-up failure between the range low and the value area low, finding initiative sellers and pushing us down through, chopping, push, and coming down into the 1775 and a close somewhere between 1775 and 2107 and closing with a negative week. And here we go. We're continuing to put in more new lows. Man, we've been a nice trade. And this is why we charge for the room, gang, because that just cost me because I wanted to short, but I couldn't because I'm doing this. Anyway, so that's hypo 1. Hypo 2 is a open auction out of range and a push down, and somewhere between the 20, 50, and 17, finding responsive buyers and rotating us back up, chopping at the low, push, chopping at the value area low, and then push through up into the 36 and close somewhere up here in balance again, and continue the compression that we're seeing coming into the election. That's hypo 2. Hypo 2 is a move down, finding responsive buyers down between the 20, 50, 20, 17, and then starting to work our way up, chopping and then pushing, chopping and then pushing, and stair-stepping our way back up into the balance above, with the main target being 36.75. Hypo 3 is a open drive or an open test drive where we come down, take out the overnight low, test out the 26.75, or just drive and a push down through to the 17 area, chop in the 17 area, push through to the 2107, fail, break critical mass, and come down here and target and test the 2100s coming into the weekend and closing on a low of the week and of the month. Remember that our month low, what is our month low? Sorry. I'm going to put this on the chart so I've got it. Our month low is at the 2107.75. So hypo 3 is an open drive or an open test drive, and a push down through and coming down and breaking the, getting a trend day, breaking critical mass, breaking through that key line in the sand and putting in a new month low and closing down somewhere either just above 2100 or just below 2100. Hypo 4 is an open auction, out of range, a push up, gets inside of value, take a trip through value, break out above, and a push through up into the 48 area and breaking that 44.50 and working our way up with a late day probe up into the 53s. So it's going to be an interesting day. There's not a lot of news, but obviously we've got some OTF presence this morning coming into the RTH session. And did we put another new low in again? Yes, 23.50. So we missed that naked close by one tick so far. This is looking rather weak, gang, but don't be surprised if they try to rally it on the RTH open and then see if we get that failure. That's going to complete our pre-market session. We're currently right now coming down, testing the Keltner lower line. We did have that, we never did violate the zipper measured move. We still have a zipper measured move down here at the 2120 area. So just keep in mind that that zipper was never violated and it's still in effect. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.